This is the revision video for Unit B3, Blood and Circulation. What is blood made from? There are four main components of blood. These are red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets and plasma. Your red blood cells carry oxygen from your lungs to the respiring cells in your tissues. There are around 5 million of these in every 1 millimetre cubed of blood, and each one of these red blood cells is well adapted to carry out its function. Firstly, they are small in diameter and relatively thick, so they can just fit through the capillaries one at a time, and they have a large surface area to volume ratio, so a lot of oxygen can diffuse through the cell membrane and into the cell. Their shape is a biconcave disc shape, which increases the surface area to volume ratio of the cells even further. Red blood cells do not have a nucleus in them, which leaves room for more haemoglobin so that they can carry more oxygen. Haemoglobin is a carrier protein found in red blood cells that carries oxygen, as oxyhemoglobin, from the lungs to the respiring tissues. White blood cells help to defend against disease. Some of them ingest bacteria and viruses, while others make antibodies. Another part of your blood is platelets. These are small cells that help your blood to clot when you cut yourself. This stops bleeding and prevents bacteria from entering open wounds. Finally, the liquid part of blood is plasma. This is a straw-coloured liquid that is over 90% water. Plasma is important as it carries round red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets, but also because of all the other substances that dissolve in it to be carried around the body. Plasma contains digested foods such as amino acids and glucose, cholesterol, hormones, antibodies, excess water being taken to the kidneys to be removed, and waste products such as carbon dioxide from respiration and lactic acid from anaerobic respiration. Your heart is the pump of your circulatory system. Blood gets pumped through it twice. Blood goes from the left side of the heart to the body and then back to the right side of the heart. From the right side of the heart, the blood goes into the lungs before going back to the left side of the heart and back around the body again. So in one complete circulation, blood flows through the heart twice. The left and right atria receive blood from veins. The left and right ventricles pump blood into arteries. The valves are there to prevent the blood flowing backwards. The right ventricle has a thinner wall and generates less pressure so that the delicate lungs are not damaged. The left side of the heart pumps blood around the rest of the body, so the ventricle is much thicker and the walls much more muscular, so it can generate higher pressure and quickly deliver oxygen to the body's tissues. This diagram shows us a simplified version of the circulatory system, with the blood first leaving the left side of the heart out through the aorta and around the body. On its return to the heart through the vena cava, it enters the right atrium and then the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, the blood is pumped along the pulmonary artery to the lungs, where it gets rid of carbon dioxide and picks up oxygen. The blood then returns to the heart through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium, flowing through into the left ventricle, where it is once again pumped out through the aorta and around the body. There are three types of blood vessels that make up the circulatory system. Arteries are the blood vessels that carry blood away from the heart. Blood in arteries is under higher pressure, and so they have thick muscular walls to withstand this pressure. Veins are the blood vessels which carry blood back towards the heart. Veins have thinner walls and a larger lumen, which is the space in the middle. The blood in veins is under lower pressure, so they also have valves to prevent the blood flowing backwards. The third type of blood vessels are called capillaries. In the tissues between arteries and veins are these tiny blood vessels. Capillaries are the site of exchange of substances between the blood and the surrounding tissues. So, for example, oxygen will diffuse from the blood into the tissues, and carbon dioxide will diffuse out of the tissues and into the blood. Blood flows slowly through capillaries so that this exchange of material can take place. Capillary walls are thin and permeable to allow efficient exchange between the blood and the surrounding tissue.